Hi guys, this is Missy from the Book Rat, and today I'm going to be reading you an excerpt from Coriander by Sally Gardner. Coriander is a sort of Cinderella retelling set during Cromwell, England, and it's pretty awesome sauce. It's for Fairy Tale Fortnight, and if you haven't checked that out, especially if you're watching this on YouTube, you should come over and check it out. We've had a ton of giveaways and interviews and all kinds of guest posts and just all around awesome going on. So come on over to thebookrat.com and check it out. Alright, so here is our excerpt from one of the more disturbing parts of the book, because that's what I like. That morning, while I sat with Hester, I caught a glimpse of hell. Maud came into my chamber, followed by the crooked man. Far from being dismayed at what had befallen her husband, she looked as pleased with herself as ever I saw a person look. "This," she said with great pride, "be the preacher." He was, I knew without a shadow of doubt, the same crooked man that I had seen outside Master Thankless's shop, the same man who had watched my father and me from the hall. He was dressed in black. Tight was his coat, shiny were the patches on his elbows and pockets, dirty was the white collar around his neck. His hair was thin and long, hanging down in rat tails. The smell about him was of mildew, and his green glasses caught the light. He was a cockroach of a man. As he introduced himself, I realized that he was no stranger to Hester. She did not look at him, but kept her eyes on the floor, and I could sense every muscle in her body tighten. "I am Arise Fell," said the preacher. "My name speaks my purpose, to raise you out of your wickedness so that you may never fall into sin again." He put his hands together in prayer and continued, "Arise, O Lord, save them, for God is our light and our salvation." I felt a shiver go down my back, as I had done when I first saw him that day on the bridge. Then, looking straight at me, he said, "Anne, daughter of Eve, come here." I wondered to whom he was speaking, and turned to look around the room in case anyone else had come in while he had been preaching at us. Hester gave me a nudge. Slowly and uncertainly, I went forward. "Anne, what do you see?" he asked, holding his thin, empty hands out toward me. He had dirty fingers and a long yellow thumbnail that curled over like the claw of a bird. "Nothing," I said. He turned his hand palm up. "What do you see now?" "Still nothing," I said, puzzled. "In this hand," said Arise, slowly advancing his empty right palm, "is the wrath of God. In the other is his salvation. Now tell me, what is your name?" "Coriander Hobie," I replied. A cruel smile curled the corner of his mouth, and he slapped me hard across the face. I was so startled that I stood my ground, unsure as to whether it had really happened. "I will ask you again. What is your name?" "Coriander," I said very slowly, and this time he hit me so powerfully that I found myself halfway across the floor. "Leave her," said Arise as Hester bent to help me. "Get up," he commanded, towering crookedly above me. "Get up now." He grabbed me by my jacket and dragged me up to my room, his long thumbnail jabbing into the back of my neck. He pushed me into my chamber and locked the door. That night I lay in bed in my gold-painted room and wept until Beth's face was soaked with tears. I watched the reflection of the river water dance on the walls and took comfort from the sounds outside. Our world might be lost, but things were going on as usual, watermen arguing over passengers, drunks shouting their love to the moon, cats screaming their fury, the night watchman marking the hour. Around first light my chamber door opened, and my father crept in and sat on my bed. "Shush, Poppet. Listen to me carefully," he said. "No one knows I am here. I have come to say goodbye. I must go away, I know not for how long. But all will be lost if I stay." "Take me with you then," I begged. "Please." "I cannot, my princess. It is not safe." "It is not safe here," I said. My father smiled and wiped away my tears. "It is safer than where I am bound." "Please, I will be good, I promise," I said, clinging to him like a drowning sailor. "Coriander, I will come home to you. Just be brave for me. I do not do this lightly. Danes will look after you, but now I must leave. The barge is waiting." He kissed me, and I finally let go. I watched from my window, tears blurring my vision, as in the dull morning light I saw my father's barge make its way downriver toward Deptford. I am not sure what hour it was when a rise bell came into the room, this time with a servant carrying buckets of water and brushes. I backed into a corner in fear of the wrath of God. "These walls," said Arise, "are to be scrubbed until all these images of vanity, these scribblings of the devil, are gone. Do you understand?" It took a week to wash away those pictures. I did it more with tears than water, only until a faint outline remained, and as each wall was washed clean, I put the story into my memory. On the 7th day, the crooked man came up the stairs with my stepmother behind him. "What is your name?" asked Arisefel. "Anne," I replied. "Amen," said my stepmother. It's from Coriander by Sally Gardner.